This is Mac OS Ken.
Siri seems to have spilled the beans, COVID stories from the UK, and catching up on ATT news. It's Tuesday, the 13th of April, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Headspace Meditation Made Simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macosken. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macosken. Siri seems to have let the cat out of the bag. Just after midnight Monday night, Tuesday morning on the West Coast, Mac Rumors ran a report saying that Siri was saying that Apple's holding a special event 1 week from today, Tuesday, the 20th of April. Seeing their report, I tried it myself, and it worked for me too. I asked Siri, when is the next Apple event? Siri responded,
"The special event is on Tuesday, April 20th at Apple Park in Cupertino, California. You can get all the details on apple.com.
Thing is, at the time, no, you couldn't. As of this writing, you still can't. Probably by the time most of you hear this, the virtual invitations to the virtual event will have gone out. Either that, or Siri has gone rogue. There seems a sort of historical symmetry to Monday's top story and the story that was going to be the top story today until Siri spilled the beans. On Monday, we heard that Apple had closed all of its Apple stores in France amid a tightening of COVID restrictions. Now, Apple Insider says Apple stores in the UK are reopening as COVID restrictions ease there. That's all 38 stores in the UK open, according to the piece. That said, it is still not the before times. Most stores are operating on a reduced schedule, according to the report. And you can't just walk in and start putting your lips on stuff. The piece quotes the sites for the UK store saying, "We're currently open for shopping by reserving a 1-to-1 session with a specialist, pickup of online orders, and Genius support by making an appointment. We are open with health and safety measures and look forward to welcoming you." Probably won't stop people from just trying to wander in, but it's worth a shot. When various governments started using the Apple-Google contact tracing API, it felt like a corner had been turned. Still gonna watch your step. A piece from Cult of Mac says both Apple and Google have blocked an update of the UK's exposure notification app over privacy concerns. It's kind of funny, right? The Apple-Google API is built on and for privacy. But there's a whole app wrapped around the API with which people can mess and apparently mess up. According to the Cult, the update was intended to be released to coincide with the relaxation of lockdown measures in the UK. However, it apparently breached one of Apple and Google's main rules. Apps built with the contact tracing technology are not allowed to gather location data that could track users. It doesn't stop getting funny, though I'm not using funny in the ha-ha sense. The piece says every health organization that signed on to use the API agreed to not collect location data. The piece from the BBC says the plan had been to ask users to upload logs of venue check-ins carried out via poster barcode scans. If they tested positive for the virus, this could be used to warn others. Of course, that's what the app is supposed to do. Warn others, only without keeping track of where anybody has been. According to Cult of Mac, a spokesperson for the Department of Health told the BBC that deployment of the functionality of the NHS COVID-19 app to enable users to upload their venue history has been delayed. Sort of like how my being 6'7" has been delayed. You do you, UK. You do you. One more for the United Kingdom. Not the most important story, though it is topical in that it is geographical. 9 to 5 Mac says Apple has had to rework some of its marketing language in the UK. The region's Advertising Standards Authority took issue with some of the wording promoting the Pro Display XDR. According to the piece, the authority asked Apple to drop the term far beyond HDR, clarify its P3 wide color range, and also question the display's 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio. Last week, the Advertising Standards Authority said Apple had informally resolved the issue. 9 to 5 Mac says Apple has dropped the far beyond HDR wording from its UK website and has clarified its P3 wide color range. Apple's also reportedly having independent tests run to verify its 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio claim. New numbers on iPhones out of China that may not be troubling but will likely be seen as such. Apple Insider has a few analysts writing on the latest data from the China Academy of Information and Communications Technology. They're the ones who say how many of what was sold in the Middle Kingdom in a given month. According to their latest numbers, sales of smartphones in China from non-Chinese companies came in at 2.7 million units last month. Since that mostly means iPhones, analysts use those numbers to talk about how iPhone is doing in China. Their take, it's doing good, not great. Quoting Apple Insider, according to JP Morgan analyst Samik Chatterjee, that is a 7% year-over-year decline from March of 2020. While the 2.7 million devices does represent a 23% month-over-month increase, it's also below the average seasonal increase of 42% between the months of February and March. Not sure why that's usually so high, though being lower this year does make sense. China went into lockdown early, came out of lockdown early, and started working from home while the rest of the world was wondering whether we really needed to wear a mask. The uptake in iThings and Macs for the work-from-home life would have started early there. Thus, we hit another tough compare. It's going to be a fun year. While March seems to have sucked wind for iPhone in China, the first quarter as a whole was strong. Strongest since 2018, according to Chatterjee, and according to Goldman Sachs analyst Rod Hall. 2021 doesn't beat 2018, though, so, it's Rod Hall. Down with a difficult comparison narrative is UBS analyst David Vogt. Apple Insider had Vogt reacting in a note, saying, "We believe the deceleration was somewhat expected and could continue in the months of April and May, given tough compare versus last year's demand impact from the pandemic." Mac shipments skyrocket as pandemic drags on. So read the headline of a Cult of Mac report. This time last year, people weren't building out their home offices yet, China not included. As such, we've yet to hit the tough compares outside the Middle Kingdom, so Hosanna, Hazanna, growth for the Mac. Quoting the Cult, the pandemic continues to drive up demand for notebooks and desktops, and Mac shipments saw a triple-digit annual increase in the first quarter of 2021. That's according to new numbers from IDC. The firm says Mac sales rose a little over 111%, going from just under 3.2 million units in the March quarter of 2020 to just under 6.7 million last quarter. While Apple outgrew the rest grew too. Lenovo shipments increased 59%, HP's shot up 64%, and Dell's went up 23%, according to the report. Coming up, that dive into app tracking transparency apps I promised you yesterday. But first, a word from Headspace. Meditation made simple. You know how meditation apps are supposed to help you relax? Yeah, Headspace is the first one I found that's actually done that for me. With other apps, I always felt like I was doing it wrong. Headspace is the first app to tell me that there's no wrong way to do it. No meditation app I've tried before has made that so clear, and no app I've tried before has offered so many options. From meditations when you're out and about, to quick hits to help you focus in a flash, those are the SOS meditations, to full courses meant to help you build a long-lasting meditation practice. The Headspace approaches to mindfulness can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, and increase your overall sense of well-being. It has helped me relax. It has helped me focus. See what Headspace can do for you. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/macOSCan. That's headspace.com/macOSCan for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/macOSCan today. Right, let's catch up on app tracking transparency. A little over a week ago, Cult of Mac ran a piece on a note sent from Apple to developers. The note was a reminder, really, that app tracking transparency is coming soon. That's the protocol that'll keep apps from tracking user activity across the device without the user's express permission. In the words of Apple's not-so-gentle reminder, unless you receive permission from the user to enable tracking, the device's advertising identifier value will be all zeros, and you may not track them. Also, don't try to find a workaround, Proctor & Gamble. Actually, the warning was to all developers. If you're wondering who would try such a thing, Procter & Gamble. A few days after Apple's warning, MarketWatch ran a report saying Procter & Gamble participated in testing an advertising technique being developed in China to gather iPhone data for targeted ads, a step intended to give companies a way around Apple's new privacy tools. That was according to secret people said to know something about something. With products in its portfolio like Gillette razors and Charmin toilet paper, the report says that Procter & Gamble is one of the world's largest ad buyers. Makes sense that they want their dollars and cents to be well spent. And besides, Procter & Gamble wouldn't be the ones to take the hit. While the piece points out that the kinds of device fingerprinting they're helping to develop runs afoul of Apple's rules, it's the developers that'll be banned if they get caught, not the companies advertising on them. Despite Apple's warning and companies getting caught, still others are looking for gaps through which to squeeze. A piece from Apple Insider highlights a report from Digiday addressing server-to-server fingerprinting. Here's how the piece explains that. When an app accesses a website or other internet resource, that site has legitimate reasons to interrogate the app to see what device, operating system, or IP address is being used. It means the internet resource can then provide content that is correctly formatted for the user to read, and this is not blocked by Apple's SDK. What this server-to-server fingerprinting does is take that information and use it outside of the app. Rob Webster, Chief Strategy Officer at media consultancy Canton, told Digiday, "There's no way for Apple to see into the app via the SDK that this type of fingerprinting is happening." A secret source indicated to Digiday that what might stop advertisers and marketing firms from employing such a practice is fear of Apple's wrath. One wonders which they'll fear more, though, upsetting Apple tomorrow or losing money today. Because they stand to lose a lot of money. A Mac Rumors piece that ran over the weekend says about 2/3 of iPhone users are expected to say no thanks to the tracking requests. According to the report, the initial outlook for the number of users giving consent to track looks bleak, with a median opt-in rate of just 32%, according to an analysis of 300 apps across 2,000 devices from AppsFlyer, a mobile marketing and attribution company. And that will likely make the ads worth less. Mac Rumors has an exec from the marketing company Epsilon figuring that the cost advertisers pay per 1,000 views or impressions will drop by as much as 50%. Let us end the day with 3 stories tied to Apple TV+. The Will Smith Antoine Fuqua Apple TV Plus film Emancipation won't be filming in Georgia. The Hollywood Reporter says the star and the director have pulled the slave drama from the Peach State over recent changes to the state's voting laws. In a joint statement, the two men said at this moment in time, the nation is coming to terms with its history and is attempting to eliminate vestiges of institutional racism to achieve true racial justice. We cannot in good conscience provide economic support to a government that enacts regressive voting laws that are designed to restrict voter access. The new Georgia voting laws are reminiscent of voting impediments that were passed at the end of Reconstruction to prevent many Americans from voting. Regrettably, we feel compelled to move our film production work from Georgia to another state. Emancipation is the first major production to leave the state because of the new law, according to the report. The drumbeat for Mythic Quest grows louder. With the premiere of the show's next season a few weeks away, Cult of Max says Apple TV Plus has launched a new trailer for Season 2. If you haven't watched the first season, I don't understand, but cool. I don't want to say too much about what's in the trailer because 1, spoilers, 2, trailers don't tell the whole story, and 3, spoilers. You can peep the Season 2 trailer for yourself on YouTube. The post-pandemic one-off, Mythic Quest Everlight, hits Apple TV Plus this Friday, the 16th of April. Season 2 is set to pop on Friday, the 7th of May. And finally today, I have yet to watch a single episode of the Oprah conversation, but I may watch the latest one. Apple TV Plus and the Queen of All Media have posted a clip of Oprah's latest conversation, this one with actor and comedian Eddie Murphy. Apple shared a clip of the interview on YouTube. The conversation with Eddie Murphy is streaming now on Apple TV Plus. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOScan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macoscan.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Can. I'm Ken Ray.
Cha.